have ACP. By ACP, don't get scared that we have a police officer here, but we have Akash, Charu, and then we have Prisala. Your opinion about meditation?
When I actually sat down for meditation, when I started doing Sajjan Sangatya, when I got the guidance from my gurus, so I became vegetarian. I had a lot of third eye experiences. I saw a lot of my past lives.
So when I sat down, a lot of experiences started coming. My astral body came out, and at that point of time, I could see a couple of my past lives. So I'm an artist and now I'm a designer, so I thought that these are my imagination.
A lot of stress and anxiety when I was in college. Because of all these issues, I started getting a lot of health problems. I was wondering that I've been healthy all my life. Why am I suddenly experiencing these health issues?
What have you experienced and what all have you felt?
A book is much more than, just a physical piece of paper. Right here in my hands, I have the energy of the author who wrote this piece.
I've read Gita at that time. I used to read a lot, trying to find out the meaning of life. But then one point of time, I started losing. And when I started losing, I started questioning the temple, the God, the existence, the process. And from there onwards, my quest for truth actually started.
I didn't want to live my life on medicines because I was having like 2-3 inhalers a day, 2-3 different tablets, and that was not how I wanted to live at all.
What changes have come into your life?
When Patriji gave the signal to go ahead, we all were jumping with joy because to be associated with books has been a lifelong dream.
There is some magic in life and there is more to life. And so that curiosity led me to meditation, led me to pyramid, led me to Patriji.
I came across a friend and got introduced to Master Pallavi. Through her, I got introduced to Patriji. I feel like my soul planned this whole disease to happen to me so that I'm able to enter the spiritual path, and it opened up a whole new world for me of meditation and pyramids and pssm, and I'm really grateful for.
Hello and welcome to PMC English. I'm Idris, your host. Well, friends, today in our show we have ACP. By ACP, don't get scared that we have a police officer here, but we have a lovely group of people here. We have Akash, Charu, and then we have Prisala in our office today. Well, I'll move to our guest today, so please be happy that you are with us in this full of energy channel. I really welcome you from my core of the heart to our channel. So thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for coming to our office. So we'll begin with, as I said, the abbreviation ACP. I hope you liked this abbreviation to make it more lighter and better to start the conversation in a better way. So we'll start with Akash. Akash, our viewers would love to know more about you, about your journey, since you have been into meditation for past more than 5 years. Am I right?
Yes.
Yes. So please go ahead.
Hello everyone, my name is Akash, and I've been in meditation for the past 5 years. I come from a religious family and I was a very disciplined child. I used to go to temple, do pujas, do mantras, everything, right? I've read Gita at that time. I used to read a lot, trying to find out the meaning of life. And at that point of time, I used to paint a lot. I was in school, I used to paint a lot. I used to do a lot of competitions. I was a extra co-curricular activity guy. And I won about 400 awards. So I was doing puja part just to get awards, right? And at that point of time, my parents told me that success, awards, money, this is why you're here, right? And I followed their advice and I went to temple. I did all of those things that needed to be done. But then one point of time, I started losing. And when I started losing, I started questioning the temple, the God, the existence, the process. And from there onwards, my quest for truth actually started. And from there onwards, I went to a lot of people, a lot of gurus, questioned about existence of life. I asked a lot of questions to my parents, and my parents used to say, "You've gone mad. You ask these stupid questions which nobody has the answers to." But I somehow believed that there is some magic in life and there is more to life. And so that curiosity led me to meditation, led me to pyramid, led me to Patriji, and today I'm here. I'm so glad to be with you with this channel, and that is how my journey got started.
Akash, great to know that you follow Patriji, and great to know that you are on the way of enlightenment. That's really nice to know that. So we'll further talk about it. And now is turn to C of this show, A, C, and P. Of course, Miss Charu. Thank you so much for joining us. I warmly welcome you to our show. So please go ahead. I would really love if you could express a few words about you to our viewers.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us on the show. It's lovely to be here. I have been meditating since I was 12 years old, since as long as I can remember, because one of the best thing that my school did was it had a compulsory meditation session in the morning and the evening for all students. So we used to follow Vipassana meditation then. So I was already introduced to Anapanasati because of that. But yeah, we were young and we didn't have any guidance per se, because back then we were only told you only meditate, so that you can get good grades and so that you don't take stress. But the deeper spiritual meaning of meditation was not told to us. So later, as and when, my questions, my existential search started increasing, and I was a science student, I had PCM in 12th. But my inner search and inner journey got so heightened that from somewhere, I don't know, somewhere I found out that there's a syllabus, there's a subject called philosophy, which has the syllabus which answers these questions. And I got really excited the moment I heard about it. And I told my parents, I don't want to go for engineering. I want to go for philosophy. And to them, I told, yeah, I'll go for, UPSC and all of that later. But inside, I knew that this is the place that maybe I'll get the answers, to the deeper meaning of life and death and everything, all those things that go on when you are searching for something. So when I was in my master's, when I was doing my master's in philosophy, that was when I got introduced to PSSM, to pyramids, to Patriji. And my inner journey, I would say, truly began then. Because the moment I sat in meditation, the moment I connected with the pyramids, it was like a new doorway had opened for me. A new world had opened up for me. And I felt like I had been asleep before then. And that was the day I truly felt awake. And since then, I've met so many masters on my journey. I've met these wonderful people like you I'm meeting today. So it's just been a roller coaster ride, and it's all been thanks to Patriji. So it's great to be here.
And now, finally, I think you're the youngest one, isn't it?
I might look like the youngest, but I'm the oldest.
You're the youngest and also beautiful, of course, pretty beautiful. So, am I right or wrong? About your age?
No, I'm the oldest.
Is it?
Amongst the three, yeah.
Oh wow, you look pretty young. So now it's your turn to introduce yourself, please.
So thank you for the lovely introduction. And hello everyone, I'm Prisala. And I've been meditating since the past 3 years. And I was familiar with meditation since childhood because my parents also used to meditate, and they used to really tell me to get into meditation as well because they knew about the benefits of it. But I just saw it as something that old people do, and I just considered it boring. So I didn't pay any heed to whatever they told me. And I lived a typical life of a teenager and just explored many things for my own self during that time. And when I finally started college, I'm a designer, so I started design school, and I started experiencing a lot of stress and anxiety when I was in college. I was comparing myself to different people, thinking that they are more talented than me and I'm not good enough, experiencing a lot of self-doubt. Then I had relationship issues. So because of all these issues, I started getting a lot of health problems. And I was healthy all my life, but I developed asthma. And that's when I started going deeper and deeper within myself, because I was wondering that I've been healthy all my life. Why am I suddenly experiencing these health issues? So I tried many different things. I tried hatha yoga. I tried acupuncture. And I also traveled across the country to get some treatments done to try and heal this, because I didn't want to live my life on medicines, because I was having like 2-3 inhalers a day, 2-3 different tablets, and that was not how I wanted to live at all. And then finally, I also was not able to perform well in my job because of these health issues. So I realized that there's something that I have to do. I can't live my life like this anymore. And I finally uh, listened to my parents, and I was like, okay, let me try this out. Let me see what meditation is all about. And I started doing around 15 minutes a day, and it was like a do or die situation for me. So I just diligently started with the intention of healing myself. And after around 3 to 6 months, I completely got off medication. And it was such a huge relief for me that after 3 years of being on these medicines, I was completely off. And during the process of this, I came across a friend and got introduced to my mentor as well, Master Pallavi. And through her, I got introduced to Patriji. So I feel like my soul planned this whole disease to happen to me so that I'm able to enter the spiritual path, and it opened up a whole new world for me of meditation and pyramids and PSSM, and I'm really grateful for this journey that I came along. So thank you.
Really interesting, and I really like the way you take things positively. When you said that the disease, it's actually a negative thing, but you took it in a positive way, that through this disease or these disorders, you took it positive and you take it, and this gave you the way to Patriji's views, right? Really much appreciated. Great thoughts, amazing. So we'll come back to Akash now. Akash, what is your opinion about meditation? What have you experienced, and what all have you felt, and what changes have come into your life?
So I'll start with that. It's not my opinion per se. It's the experience of my life and lives of thousands and lakhs of meditators now all over the world. So it's not an opinion now, it's a revolution. And it should reach every person, and every person should experience meditation. So, as I was saying that I was looking for a lot of existential questions. Why we are here, what is the purpose of our life, existence, and all of these things. What is the meaning of my life, and what I need to do, etc. And when I sat for the first time, I sat for 45 minutes. I was introduced to meditation by one of my friends in college, and since I was looking for answers, I was open to try out anything. So when he asked me to meditate, I did not retaliate. I just sat down and started meditation. So when I sat down, a lot of experiences started coming. My astral body came out, and at that point of time, I could see a couple of my past lives. But so I'm an artist, and now I'm a designer. So, but I thought that these are my imagination. This is not really happening. This is what I'm imagining in my mind. And then a lot of experiences are happening. I can see a lot of masters coming, going. I can see a lot of pictures, visuals, which are connecting to me. But still, I'm judging that these are not what I see. These are just created illusions. But then what happened? I saw an old guy with a beard coming in meditation to me, and he smirked at me. The way he smirked, he gave me a feeling that he knew everything about me. I got a little surprised, shocked at that moment. And from that point of time, I got to know that all those things that have happened were not illusions, because I could not have imagined this person and his reaction and what he was doing, right? And so I told my friend after opening the eyes that this is what happened. And he told me that you had an astral body experience. This was your past life. And I told him about this guy with a white beard. He came, smirked. Who is this guy? I don't know. He went downstairs and brought a magazine. It was Spiritual India. And on the cover, it was Patriji. And from there onwards, I know that I found my world. I found the metaphysical world, and I found the real truth behind life, the source of this creation. I found the way to that. And from there onwards, it was a roller coaster ride. It's still a roller coaster ride. And every day, every moment, we are learning something new, connecting to something new, some new energies. Yeah, so that has been my first experience in meditation.
It's really interesting. And about the spiritual India, did you say?
Yes,
Spiritual
magazine.
India magazine. Had you before seen that magazine, or that was just?
No, that was the first time I was seeing Sir. That was the first time I was hearing about pyramids. That was the first time I was hearing about meditation. That was the first time I sat for meditation. Everything was brand new for me. And that is why, but the faith I had on life that I will find the answers. And, truth is not something that you have to be logical about. If you're really open, I feel that you'll get a feeling that this is truth. You might not find the logic behind it at the moment, but if you keep on searching, you'll find the logic behind it as well. Because everything, every underlying truth in this world has some logic. There is some system, some process. So you'll find it eventually. But I believed my feelings first. That this is my gut feeling and this is right. And I stayed on that path. And today I'm very grateful that I chose to stay on that path.
Really amazing. Great to know that. And we'll move to the next. Miss Charu, you're smiling, you look pretty. I really am curious about the books you carried with you. I want to know about these books.
Yeah, so my connection with books has been older than my connection with meditation, actually. Since I was a child, I only had two dreams. I either wanted to be an astronaut and I wanted to interact with aliens, or I wanted to work at a library and be surrounded by books all the time. So I feel like being with Patriji has granted me access to both my dreams. So Patriji puts a lot of emphasis on Swadhyay, that is Swa Adhyay. So you are getting to know about the self through reading books. So even before that, like I'm already getting my PhD in the philosophy of meditation. I was surrounded by books all the time. So I knew that I really connected with Patriji's teachings about Swadhyaya, what the different books that he mentions, he recommends. And the beautiful thing is he asks us to read from all the authors around, from everywhere, every single corner of our planet. So that really interested me. And that really excited me. So we were just having a conversation with Master Pallavi, like Prisala mentioned. She's our mentor. So we were just having a conversation one day, and she at that time she had just come up with a book, Conversations with Mahavatar Babaji, which I believe everyone in PSSM is already aware of. So I was also closely associated with her when the book was coming out. So, we had already gone through the process of how a book is written, right from the time it's written to the time it reaches the hand of the reader. We had gone through the entire process of publishing. So a thought arose that, should we also get into publishing and take Patriji's message everywhere? And so we took Sir's guidance on it, and he said, please proceed. And I feel that was a game changer for me that day, that moment when he said, please proceed, and he was so happy. And since then, I've been working as the chief editor at MB Publishing House. So yeah, these are a few books that I brought here that we publish. So, we translate, we edit right from, like I said, from the time an author is writing a book to the time it reaches the reader. So our only thought is that a book is much more than, just a physical piece of paper. Right here in my hands, I have the energy of the author who wrote this piece. If this author wrote this book in 2 years, right now, I have not only those 2 years of her life, I have her entire life experiences in my hand. So this is like I'm sitting with the author right now. And it's such a personal connection that I can have. And that's the beautiful thing. It can be different. If he's reading this book, he'll get different experiences. So it's like the author is having a personal conversation with you at a personal level every single time someone reads the book. And that was what was truly amazing for me. So I decided that I wanted to be, because being in physical life, we have to contribute our energy for our purpose. So I realized that this is my purpose, and this is what the masters were guiding me for since I was a child. And when Patriji gave the signal to go ahead, we all were jumping with joy, because to be associated with books has been a lifelong dream. So it's really a lot of responsibility as well, because to ensure that the right content reaches the reader in a readable, understandable manner. Because as you've seen, Patriji's style is very effortless. It's very straightforward. It's very simple. It's very down to earth. He focuses more on helping people understand more than, having flowery language or putting embellishments. So, I mean, drawing from his principles, and it's one of the 18 principles of PSSM as well, to publish your meditational experiences. So we just feel that we are on that path that Patriji has given us, and we are just helping people, reach their word out to millions of people possible, which is pretty much the same as what, our PMC channels are doing. So we're just doing it in written form. So it's a blessing. It's truly a
Really
blessing.
great to know that. Amazing thoughts, amazing, journey you have been through. And secondly, how about your meditation experience?
So, like I said, I was asleep before meditation came into my life. Meditation helped me transform into a vegetarian. Meditation, I was already a philosophy student, so I'd read all the theories about karma, about dharma, about ahimsa. But when I actually sat down for meditation, when I started doing Sajjan Sangatya, when I got the guidance from my gurus, every last bit of clearance that had to happen, that started happening. So I became vegetarian. I had a lot of third eye experiences. I saw a lot of my past lives, astral experiences, parallel realities. So all of these experiences, I started having them. And that's when any learning or any understanding, when learning becomes understanding, I would put it like that. Learning becomes understanding when you have that actualization of the experience. So I started having that slowly, and that is where I realized the importance of a mentor as well. Because if you don't have a mentor in your life, if you don't have a guru in your life, even if you're having the experiences, you won't be able to make sense of them. I'll share the day I got introduced to the pyramids, my experience in relation to what I'm saying right now. So the day I got introduced to the pyramids, I was actually searching for a meditation center. So I sent word across to all my friends, if you know of any center anywhere in Delhi, which is where I was residing, I said, please let me know. And I sent messages to all my friends. I sent calls to all my friends. And so one of my friends replied with a text. He said, one of my family friends, they have this center in Delhi and you should go. And they're also, into vegetarianism. They'll help you ease into that as well. He gave me the address. I said, okay, I'll try it out tomorrow. And at the same time, my roommate at the time, I was living in a hostel, my roommate walks in and she says, Charu, I went to an amazing center today. And it was the Pyramid Meditation Center. It was the Delhi Pyramid Meditation Center. And I was a skeptic about a lot of things in life, but I just knew there is something that this place is calling me. There is something here. And if I don't listen to this call now, my life will never be the same, but in a negative way. So this place is really calling me and I must answer. And but I was so excited. I told her, can you please teach me how to meditate? I don't want to wait till tomorrow. So she had also learned the very same day. So Patriji emphasizes on teaching someone the very day, from the start. So she did that and she taught me, like, cross your legs, interlock your fingers, close your eyes and sit in meditation. So I sat for 7 minutes and I got up and I was very disgruntled. I had a lot of complaints. I went to her and I said, look, you didn't teach me meditation right. And I don't know what is this meditation. It was not good. And she said, what happened? I said, meditation is supposed to put you in a thoughtless state. Meditation is supposed to, you are supposed, I don't know, I had a lot of notions about what meditation also is, which everyone has. I was like, immediately when I'll sit in meditation, everything will be blank and I'll just be so calm. But I don't know, I kept seeing pyramids, I kept seeing spaceships, I kept seeing these blue beings. I don't know what all I kept seeing. So, I'm not able to do meditation properly or you haven't taught me. So she started laughing. She had a good laugh for a minute. And then she said, Are you're a third eye master. I said, what is that? She said, no, you come to the center with me tomorrow and there are senior masters who will help you understand. So, like I said, that's when I understood the importance of Sajjan Sangatya and having a guru, because at that moment, if I would have just left it as, I'm not able to meditate properly because I'm having these thoughts, I'm having these imaginations, I'm having these visualizations, I would have never understood what a third eye is, what third eye visions are. So, slowly, like I said, meditation, Sajjan Sangatya, Swadhyay, everything changed my life to the extent that right now we are here and we are sharing our experiences. So had it not been for the Guru's grace, it would not have been possible to reach at whatever level of understanding we are right now.
Really great, amazing experiences, and I'm really, all of three, you have got amazing and interesting stories, and I just, I want to know more and more about it. So I think time for Prisila. So I would really love to know your experiences about meditation. I mean, what changes did you feel since you've been going through a lot, right? How did it start working for you?
I first got introduced to pyramids when I visited Pyramid Valley in Bangalore. So this was after I went through the whole healing experience, and I went with my now husband Jaspreet to Pyramid Valley, and I didn't know who Patriji was over there. So when we went there, and I saw him sitting, and I saw a huge crowd of people around him, and he took me to meet Patriji, and I was just fascinated with the whole scenario because I had never visited any place like this, and I had never met a guru like this in person before. So it was a very fascinating experience for me because I was just uh, confused with everything that was happening. I was like, why are these people around him? Like, what is the big deal about this man? And he looked at me and he smiled, and I also smiled back. And then this sort of pathway formed, and then I went to meet him, and I had a few words with him, and he told me that I should learn to become a great master. So I did that, and I spoke to him, and we meditated in the pyramid over there. And after I left from Bangalore, a few days later, I had a dream where I was in a classroom, and Patriji was there in that dream. I told him that I'm going to go for a graphic design class right now, and he was just like, "You are so stupid. You don't know your own power and potential. What class are you going for right now?" I said, "Graphic design." He said, "No, let me guide you from now on." So I said, "Okay, fine." And then I got up from that dream, and I didn't know what dreams were that time. Like, I didn't know about the significance of dreams. I didn't know about astral travel. And I just told Jaspreet that I had this dream, and he told me that this is an astral experience. You met Patriji astrally, and this means that you have accepted his guidance from now on. So I feel like that was when my journey truly began, and I started. I dedicated my whole life towards meditation after that, because before this I was living in Goa. I was very comfortable at home over there amongst like beauty, nature, everything, and I just felt a calling within me to moved to Gurgaon, and I just revolved my entire life around meditation and spirituality, and what I can use my skills for to benefit the world by teaching meditation. So, because I'm a graphic designer, I use these skills to be able to reach people through spirituality. So, this was my journey.
Amazing, really interesting and amazing. This was our episode for today.